Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the laryngeal diphtheria. Laryngeal diphtheria occurs secondary to facial diphtheria, that is tonsillitis due to Corynebacterium diphtheria. Nowadays, incidence of diphtheria is decreasing due to the widespread use of immunization. The laryngeal diphtheria, the most important thing in laryngeal diphtheria is formation of pseudomembrane over the larynx. So if you see here, there is formation, I don't think it's properly visible, but here there is formation of pseudomembrane is the characteristic feature of laryngeal diphtheria. This pseudomembrane will grow over time and it will grow over the larynx and trachea and completely obstruct the airway. Then this laryngeal diphtheria is caused by the organism Corynebacterium diphtheria. This will release an exotoxin which is very toxic to the heart, and it can cause myocarditis, and it can also cause various neurological complications are also common with this Corynebacterium diphtheria. So if you see the general symptoms, here the baby presents with low grade fever with toxemia, and there is low grade fever, that is 100 to 101 degrees Fahrenheit. The baby has sore throat and malaise is seen, and there is increased heart rate, tachycardia is noted. Then symptoms due to larynx like hoarse voice, croupy, cough, laryngeal stridor and increasing dyspnea are seen. This dyspnea which is seen is due to the upper respiratory tract obstruction which occurs due to tough pseudomembrane over the larynx. And there is also cervical lymphadenopathy or bull neck appearance is common in laryngeal diphtheria. The diagnosis of this laryngeal diphtheria is mostly you can confirm the diagnosis by clinical examination, but if we have to do the smear and culture for Corynebacterium diphtheria will confirm the diagnosis. So if you see the treatment of this disorder, treatment is you can give anti-diphtheria, antitoxin can be given. The diphtheria antitoxin range varies with the clinical severity and duration of illness. So it will range from 20,000 to 1 lakh international units IV route, and or has you can also give it as saline infusion. This antitoxin will neutralize the free toxin which is present. And we have antibacterials can also be given, like benzyl penicillin can be given to the patients. The dosage includes 5 lakhs international units IM every 6 hourly. For 6 days we give benzyl penicillin, and if the patient is allergic to penicillin, then erythromycin can be given. And for whenever there is respiratory depression, in order to maintain the airway, tracheostomy is essential, or we can even do intubation to the patient. But tracheostomy may become essential when there is airway blockade. Then you will have to ask the patient for complete bed rest for 2 to 4 weeks, and we will have to always look for follow up for any complications like meningitis or neurological complications. So if you see the other complications due to laryngeal diphtheria includes, there can be asphyxia can occur due to airway obstruction which can lead to death of the patient. There can be toxic myocarditis can occur which can result in congestive heart failure can occur due to myocarditis, which occurs due to toxins of Corynebacterium diphtheriae. This can also cause palatal paralysis with nasal regurgitation can also occur, and sometimes you can see laryngeal and pharyngeal paralysis is also seen. This is about the laryngeal diphtheria. Thank you for watching my lecture. Thank you.